today on Hanging with Here to Zen, we have Karl from Ocean Sleeper. The newest EP is just out now. How you doing today, mate?
Awesome, mate. Thank you for having me.
That's right. So where are you coming to me from?
So right now we're at Sydney doing production day, getting ready for tour to start tomorrow at Oxford Art Factory.
Beautiful. So what the EP is now, out a week tomorrow, correct?
Yeah, a week tomorrow, which is awesome. Time
How's
goes quick.
How's the response been to it?
Yeah, it's been awesome, dude. Everyone always loves it when you put out new songs, but it's especially awesome when you try to, spice things up a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah, so the new album, we went a bit heavier with it, which, is a new thing for us because usually we're sort of a bit of a light, heavy band, I suppose. So this EP, we tried to go pretty heavy with it. We wanted to go down that route. We wanted to have a little bit of a shock factor for everyone.
And do you think when artists do sort of, I won't even say you took like a left turn, you just sort of veered off a little bit. The actual,
yeah, that's right.
The vibe's still there. You're just growing as bands do. Do you think that fans get disappointed when they think bands only should sound a certain way and they change?
I don't know. Like, obviously, there's the thing, if you change too much, it alienates fans because you're not, what they love or whatever. But, yeah, I don't know. I think if you just keep doing the same thing, it can get a bit stale. You're not, like, really progressing. You're not trying necessarily as hard. You're not taking risks. So I think risks are important.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, I hate using what's happened the last couple of years when I talk to bands, but it's inevitable that what happened over the last couple of years has shaped a lot of music for bands. When it comes to the case of Ocean Sleeper, how did it affect things like writing, getting together, jamming, things like that?
Well, it was actually a big shake-up for us. So originally we all lived within 40 minutes from each other in Gippsland, and then at the start of 2020 we had all sort of moved around. Two of us lived in Gippsland, one of us lived in Melbourne, and the other lived in Brisbane. And we finished a tour at January 2020, and then we all took our flights back home, and then after that it all happened and we didn't see each other for a good year, which was crazy. So we did a lot of writing on webcam and Skype and doing all that kind of thing. Ione being our studio member, he is the brains behind a lot of the songs, so we'd all just be on calls while he was doing things and guiding each other that way. We did some recording online as well, where I'd record, or he would record me from my house when he's hours away. So it was kind of fun. It was different doing it that way, but I suppose you just got to do what you can to make it work, right?
Yeah, exactly right. You've also got Jaden from Outloved on the song Parasite. How did he come into the equation?
So Jaden's been a good friend of ours for a long time. When we tour, he does all of our videography and photography and things like that. Usually, like when we're playing live, he's usually doing multiple guest spots, whether it be him and I will switch and he'll be on the guitar, or he'll take my microphone and he'll be doing that bit. So it was good to sort of give him his own bit. That's sort of his, which he recorded it. He did an amazing job. So we're all absolutely thrilled with the end result.
Okay, cool. So for me, when I listen to this, I feel like the band sort of has rounded out its sound a little more on the album. I feel like not that anything was rushed in the past, but I think there's just this, you can sense time in the music. Like there's been a lot of care and a lot of time put into the songs. What song took the absolute longest amount of time to get done?
They all went through a lot of revisions. Like obviously, the whole pandemic was spent pretty much, revising these songs into new ways. And I think the song "You Kill the Good in Me," it was completely different, and it changed a great deal at the very last stages of the EP. You Kill the Good in Me and Your Love I Never Need definitely were refined the most, which was awesome because they were okay as it was, but it was great to, look back at it, revise, and I think each time we revised, we got out with a stronger result. So, it wasn't great not playing shows or anything, but it gave us a lot of time to work on this release, which is awesome.
Sure. Where did that wicked outro come from in You Kill the Good in Me?
The outro.
Yeah, where's that from?
Which bit? At the very end of the song, the breakdown.
Yep.
Yeah,
Whose
I don't
baby
know.
was that?
I don't know. Like me and Ione spent a lot of work on that. Getting the vocals all good and all that, and it was a song we got to change tunings for, which is it was usually we've always been in drop A sharp, and that one we went to G sharps, which was I don't know, I suppose refreshing in a way. We can tonally do different things and all that.
Yep.
And it just organically just sort of happened, I suppose.
Yeah, to me, it's not that it changes the vibe of the song, but it does leave you. To me, it's like, okay, is there another song the same coming? It sort of leaves the listener guessing.
Yeah.
For me, I really loved it.
Yeah, awesome.
Like King of Nothing for me too. That one, like, I hate to use the term arena ready, but it's like it's the live song. It really, when you hear an album, you
Yeah,
hear what can be the live staple. So is that going to be in the set for the upcoming tour?
absolutely. We're playing every song off the EP on this tour, which we're really keen to do. Funny you say arena, because when we were writing, we wanted to imagine like how would like an arena rock band be, meshed into metalcore, which is our sound. Like we listen to a lot of like 30 Seconds to Mars and those like really, really epic like live bands, and we just like tried to bring that involved with the samples and the big choruses and all that, as well as keeping the heavy parts, but also making the heavy parts heavier than usual.
Yep. No, that's cool. And you're talking about being in production rehearsal, ready to go tomorrow night. What are people going to expect from these live shows?
I think these will be the craziest shows, where like our shows are usually pretty wild. So there's obviously going to be that, but up a couple levels. Our sing-alongs are always, so much fun. It's always great to look down at the crowd in these bits and just hearing the crowd as loud as you with the full PA and all that. A lot of people having a lot of fun in the breakdowns and all that, loud pit call outs and all that. So I don't know. I'm just really excited to hear the environment, hear the atmosphere, see everyone enjoying themselves, have the best time we can, and super stoked for it.
Do you have any touring plans beyond this little run?
At the moment, like we can't reveal a whole lot, but this will be the biggest one. Like this is our kind of closing big thing for the year. We've got bits and bobs happening in other ways, but this has been our plan since. This has been in the works since November last year, I believe. So it's been a lot of time and effort been putting to this EP and the EP tour. We've brought 1,000 Below over from America for the first time, which is super awesome. We're going to meet them today for the first time, so really excited to meet them. We've got Earthcaller from Melbourne, which good mates, stoked to have them, and same with Inertia, amazing band, amazing dudes. So it's going to be a really exciting tour, really good package, really great band. So yeah.
Okay, and what do you want people to take away from this EP? As a writer, as a performer, what do you want them to take away from it?
What I want them to take away from it is that realistically, they don't know what to expect from an Ocean Sleeper EP anymore, or like a release. When we're releasing a new song, I don't want people to think that they're going to get the same thing they've had before. I want to keep refining, evolving, no matter what route that is. Like we're going to, we spend a lot of time writing the music, and whatever it comes out next will be the same. Like hopefully it just keeps refining, keeps getting better. I think we've found a really good niche in our sound. We're onto a good thing, and just keen to keep exploring where else it takes us.
Do you think EPs and singles are the way to go for the future, or is there plans for a full length at some point?
There's definitely plans for a full length. I think in this new day and age, personally, I think that people's concentrations aren't always there for albums. So at least, with an EP, you can get it out and it's going to get a full amount of listens and all that, when an album can have songs kind of buried a little bit because people can't be bothered listening for 40 minutes or whatever. So
Yep.
I think EPs are great to break mid-ground between albums. I think albums are still really important, but I think if you just do album after album after album, you're going to have a lot of songs that sort of don't get the love that I know every band puts into every song on the album.
Yep, sure. And for Ocean Sleeper, is it physical product important or just getting the music to the fans as a priority?
Oh, it to me, it's the whole thing. It's the getting the music to the fans. Like, as long as it's getting listened to, that's important. Getting them to the live shows so they can experience, because it's not a two-dimensional thing. It's the live shows, it's the music, it's the merch, it's everything. It's the whole package that needs to be equally as important as each other. So it can't be looked at just on one avenue, I think.
Yeah, sure. So for you, sort of the stream is like basically the teaser, and then they get to the live show and they do the full experience, the merch, the live show,
That's
maybe
right.
catch a member after the show, whatever.
Yeah, that's it. The experience of music doesn't like stop with the music. Like, I think if you love a song and then you go see it live and you have a great time, I think that's the whole thing, right? You got to have. It's just about feeling good, having fun, all that.
Yep. What are you listening to at the moment?
Me personally, honestly, I listen to bands that we're about to tour with usually. So I've been listening to a lot of Inertia and Earthcaller and Thousand Below. I listen to a lot of Smith Street Band at the moment. When I'm not listening to metal, Wage War was a big rotation, but yeah, a lot of stuff really. Yeah.
Awesome, man. So as we end up today, what do you want to let everyone know? What do you want to leave us with?
Look, I just want as many people as possible out there to listen to the EP. I want people to enjoy it. I want people to come to this tour wherever they're, listening from. I hope they can make it to a show.
Yep.
Yeah, like we started the EP out from track 1 to have a bit of shock factor just by being like a more of a older kind of metal theme from the start before the choruses hit, just for a bit of surprise factor. So, from the get-go, they knew they weren't in for the same Ocean Sleeper they previously used to.
Ooh.
So as long as everyone's listening to that, enjoying it, if they can come to a show, that's amazing. Come hang out, come talk, have a beer, all that good stuff.
Awesome, mate. I'll let you get back to it, and everyone get out and see the tour. It starts tomorrow night, and you'll be up in Brisbane, I think, on the weekend.
Yeah, so we'll be doing Sydney tomorrow night, Brisbane Saturday night, Newcastle Sunday night, Canberra Wednesday night, Adelaide Friday night, and then finishing off in Melbourne on the Saturday night. So we'll be very busy driving around Australia.
Busy, guys. Enjoy the tour, and all the best for the shows, mate. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me, man. Been a beautiful chat.
Awesome. See ya. Thank you.
See ya.